those tins can be used.
She's here. You're not going to leave the food here, are you? And
She is, like I said, that's it. She's leaving the food there. You come along, you help yourself to a tin of beans or a cauliflower.
I don't, you know, I can
Or if you've got some food, you can put a tin of beans or a cauliflower in yourself.
I mean, I know people are very suspicious and like our friend at the end of the road, you know, this is going to be disruptive of ordinary life and attract the wrong sort. So there is that resistance, but I think it would just be a brilliant thing to see everywhere. I mean, almost at everyone's front door, you know, just the way people do now with all that unwanted stuff tends to get put on the wall, if there's a safe way that food can be shared that way as well.
It's hard for me to comment on other food banks, but our main aim is not just to give out food. So we focus on something called More Than Food, which is aimed at trying to work with our partner agencies. So we get people coming into the food banks all come by referral. So we are working with about 200 different agencies in Southwark who are out there in the community working with vulnerable people, coming across people who are falling into food poverty, and they refer them to our food banks. It's a humiliating experience to go to a food bank. Most people that come to us don't want to be there, so we have to make sure we welcome them, put them at ease, give them a tea and coffee, something to eat usually, and then listen to their story.
Wednesday Community Cafe had been running for about 18 months, obviously it had to stop. We did get some funding via the London Communities Fund to run what we're calling Real Meals on Wheels for people over 65 who are isolating, and we worked with Level 6 in Peckham to prepare fresh, hot vegetarian meals once a week, and those are delivered by volunteers to people's homes.
So 55% of people that come to our food banks say they have nobody else to help them. They can't turn to, you know, a family member or anyone to help them out in their crisis, so they come to a food bank.
So today we're going to build the cupboard, put it in the gardens. We've chosen the hottest day to do this, so it's going to be interesting.
People are itching to act in one way or another, I think. And I was definitely, and that's how your ladder inspired me to actually make something in my front garden and put it on the garden wall and see what happens.
What has struck me doing this job is listening to people's stories and realising that I'm not very far away from that situation myself. You know, if I fall ill, you know, if I have a relationship breakdown, you know, I could equally end up in the same situation as them. So we have got to have an adequate welfare system that provides protection. And I think we've got to have the will in government to say, yes, we are going to preserve what is a national treasure alongside the NHS and have a welfare system that works for people that fall off a cliff, you know.
We're richer than we ever have been, and yet we've got people in worse poverty for 50 years. I mean, it's totally shameful.
For me, it's not the food inequality that's a problem. It's inequality full stop, and it's the fact that, you know, the gap between those who have and have not is getting wider and wider and wider. And there are things which I feel the government just sits on its hands and shrugs its shoulders if we can't do anything about it.
I do hope that we can at least hang on to the community communications that have been set up, so that people will continue to be part of a mutual aid group and share stuff, even if it is, you know, people have been using it to say, has anyone got any crochet needles, just to not have to buy stuff unnecessarily. That would be great. As Marcus Rushford, is that his name, said, you know, when you do things together, it's amazing what can be achieved.